things. So let's do it. Basically, I want to have a discussion because apparently you are not allowed to be good at video games anymore without either the manufacturers of that video game, like for example, we'll use Battlefield for example. So DICE, we'll say, is catering towards the newer players, which is fine, you can cater to the new players, but to a point that the veteran players, or the players that are really good at a game, cannot excel at being good at that game. For example, if you are very good with a certain weapon, how do you get rewarded? You get rewarded with unlocks. Well, a lot of the unlocks that you actually want are rewarded via battle packs so that the good people don't get what they want. Well, there's kind of a catch-22 with that. I like the battle pack system, and I like what it's doing and everything, and it's randomized, and that's cool and all. But there's a few things that bother me. You can get an OP rifle right off the bat just because you're catering to the new people, and that should not be a thing. There shouldn't be one weapon that is like, oh my god, I'm going to drop everything I'm doing and just use that. The AK-12 is a good example of this. It's good all around, pretty much. I mean, it decimates anything, even the later on rifles. The CZ-805, for example, my favorite, just because it's a Czech Republic weapon, would get decimated in a one-on-one fair fight, technically speaking. Just things like that. So, the reason I bring that up is simply because of the ranking system. Now, people like myself that play a lot because it's a new game, they spend money on it, and they want to get their money's worth out of it, quite often get accused of either cheating, stat padding, or several other key things that are just unfair to judge other players for. Because off the bat, I will tell you that I know a lot of individuals that are very good at games that get banned from servers just because they're good and they're better than a lot of the other people that are playing, and their KDs and whatever their score per minutes are off the charts. I know a lot of those people, and I know Level Cap would even say that he got banned from a lot of servers, and I've watched one of his videos and he mentioned that. Everyone goes through this that's either good or plays a lot, and I just think it needs to stop. It's just something that bothers me. You can't judge someone by their rank. Just because they are higher ranked than you does not mean they're automatically cheating, stat padding, or anything else to boost their overall ranking. Most of the time, it's just people that are either getting extremely lucky in situations, like, for example, the battle packs allow you to unlock boosts. Maybe you get 100% and a 200%, plus you get a double XP weekend like I did today. Well, this weekend, rather. And so you're going through XP and XP and XP per round, and these rounds are lasting an hour each because there's no time limit. It's obliteration, you get a lot of XP for these matches, and you can check the player stats on each of the missions, or not the missions, the games you play. And people are still assuming that you're doing something illegitimate. And it boils down to, I stream everything I do. Tonight being an exception because I was playing with a friend. And I guess it bothers me that you could be a YouTuber or a streamer or something like that and have video evidence of you playing legitimately, and still people think that you're doing something wrong, but you're not, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If you're not doing anything wrong, then how can you get in trouble for it? And it's quite simple. It's because you're either better than them or your rank is too high. And I mean, I can understand the game just came out like a couple days ago, maybe like it was like 4 or 5 days ago. I can't count because it's technically like 12 almost, so it's almost 5. And I can understand people assuming these kind of things this early on, but if you look at the amount of hours played plus the score that they're getting per match and you add it all up, plus double XP weekend for those of us who got it from GameStop or anything else, and I'm just using Battlefield as an example because this is what I'm playing, you could tell that they're doing everything legitimately, and especially the streamers and the YouTubers, you could easily tell who's doing what, and if they're doing things that are appropriate for the game. If they're cheating, you will obviously notice that unless they've somehow turned it off, which I've heard there are ways to do this. I'm not going to name anything because obviously no. But overall, you can tell when someone goes into a server and late, we'll say like they go in 10, 20 minutes later into a server, and then they're on the top of the leaderboard by the end of the match with like 202 for KD and then a score of like 200,000. We'll just use that. That's probably not even right mathematically. You can obviously tell that's not real. It's quite blatantly obvious when someone's doing something illegitimately. And I guess what I want everybody to take away from this little short snippet is you can't just automatically assume someone's cheating. I help monitor the server for my friends, that the server I'm playing on right now, Delta Ozaki. I help monitor that, and I can't tell you how many times people will just say, this guy's cheating, or this guy's cheating because he killed me like this, and that shouldn't be so because I did this before he killed me, and that's not fair. I mean, I understand it's frustrating when you die or something stupid like that and something happens, but you can't just go out and be like, this guy needs to be banned, this guy needs to be kicked, whatever happens to them, I don't care, they need to leave. You can't say that and complain to an admin without evidence against them, especially when someone's watching logs and other things to know if anyone's actually doing anything wrong. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what I want the takeaway to be, is the fact that you can't judge a book by its cover. Which is quite famous. I think everyone knows that, but just don't be a dick about it. That's all. There's better players than you. There's always someone better than you. No matter what you think, no matter how good you are, there's always someone else out there somewhere that is better than you. Well,